All right, what's going on, guys? Today we are going to talk about something that really impacted the three of us quite a bit, and Heather as well. Heather is the one who pointed us in this direction. Something that we get a lot of students and practicing nurses or brand new nurses asking us about is how to be a confident nurse, how to be confident in nursing school, how to get more confidence. And you know, this is a huge topic. This is a huge topic.
A huge life topic, not just a nursing school topic, but a huge life topic.
So yeah, we struggled with this. We sat around for probably about 30 minutes just now talking about what is confidence? What does it mean to be confident? And to set the record straight, we want to kind of give you our definition of confidence. And in our mind, to be confident is actually to be humble and hungry. Okay, and what we mean by that is that you are humble in what you don't know. You're humble enough to accept, I don't know this, but you're hungry enough to say, I'm going to figure it out.
And I'm going to get better. I think that's really important.
Yeah, it's not being the nurse that walks in there and acts like they know everything, you know? That's not.
Nobody knows everything.
That's not confidence, that's terrifying.
Yes. It's really important that you're aware, you know, of what your strengths, as a confident person, you're aware of your strengths, you're aware of your weaknesses, your limitations, and therefore that you can address those and get better where your limitations are and play to your strengths. It's like the most confident, best nurses out there are quick to admit when they're wrong. They're quick to admit when they need more education in something or when they need help, and that's really important to know. A confident nurse is not the nurse that knows everything.
Yeah, they're not afraid to ask for help.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I'm not afraid to say I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and it's okay. Someone else might.
Yep. Yeah, just because you have your RN license doesn't mean you know everything.
And the thing we want to do for each of you right now, anybody that's watching this that struggles with being confident, whether it was a parent, a coach, a teacher, a preceptor that has torn you down and made you feel like you're not enough or that you're not capable, we want to tell you that you are enough. It's okay to be confident in yourself and in your skills, regardless of where your skill level is at. Okay, it doesn't matter where it's at today. You are enough today, and be hungry to keep getting better.
Mm-hmm. We're giving you permission.
Yeah.
We're giving you permission. You got to identify where you are today, so that you know, hey, maybe I want to be good at this and this and this, and it's not this unattainable way up here, I could never be that. No, you can do that. You can, and everybody has to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. All of us started somewhere and didn't know things, and we all had, I think, relationships and issues and times when we didn't feel confident, and maybe someone didn't help with that, and maybe others did, but we just really want to encourage you guys and let you know that, hey, we struggled with stuff too, and some of the people that say that they're the most confident or present the most confident, it's not in always being right and always doing everything right and handling situations perfectly.
Yeah, practice really helps put me personally at ease when I'm super anxious about something or I'm not confident about something. And it's also my way of giving myself permission to say, I'm not there yet, I'm getting there. I'm going to go get there right now. I'm going to make myself get good at this skill or knowledge base or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one thing that really helps me to do things that I'm terrified to do, and what I've noticed, I guess, also in my life too, is when I become the most depressed, when I become the least desires to get out of bed and do things, is when I stop being slightly scared. You know what I mean? Like when I stop being slightly nervous, slightly feeling a little bit less confident, that's when I start getting kind of depressed because things become easy, things become normal. And so I think part of being confident too is kind of pushing yourself to those limits and accepting that fear, that eustress, right? Isn't that eustress we talk about in psychology? Mm-hmm. Accepting that and realizing yeah, I feel a little bit over my head. I feel intimidated, but I keep going. And I remember going to my nursing interview. I was terrified. I got there an hour early, sat in the car, just sweating. Yes. I had a suit on. I took my jacket off so I could sweat all down, and then I buttoned it up because I was terrified. And the way I got through that was that, honestly, I showed up early, listened to some music that I knew would kind of calm me, took a bunch of deep breaths, brought my portfolio, made sure I looked nice, and went in there and just and put myself in confident appearing positions. You know, I sat at the desk like this, looking like I wasn't about to go on the floor crying, I guess.
Curl up in the crying.
I felt terrified. And almost every shift I did the same thing. I had kind of a routine that I would follow before every shift. Same music going into the parking lot, same everything, just to kind of get my mind right, because I was scared every time.
And yeah, it's important self-talk, you know, building yourself up and doing the things that you know you need that are going to set you up for success, even for really difficult situations. It's really important to do that and not be your own worst enemy, and not beat yourself up and like push yourself down to the ground and really like look for every reason not to believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, I hate to see people do that, because I think a lot of people do have faith in others, but if you're your own worst enemy, that really, it makes it hard for others to believe in you if you're so mean to yourself.
Yeah. I remember my preceptor, Valerie, coming up to me and just, the whole situation, the whole patient was too heckin' back. And I was standing there probably with like my solid face on, thinking and doing what I need to be doing. And she came up to me and she said, "Now's the time to freak. I'm going to need you to freak out a little bit." Literally, that's what she said to me. And I was like, oh, I'm freaking. Literally freaking. She's like, "Oh, I didn't know." Like that, I guess I was holding myself together in a way that nobody else realized that I was losing it, but inside, I don't even think real words were being formed. It was just like, like it was just all over the place. So it's something that I've practiced a lot in my life, actually, learning how to control my emotions and present myself well.
I think it's really important that everyone hears that, you know, we're nurses that kind of are in the limelight a little bit, and we struggle with confidence. It's not.
We're all introverts, and we all admit we're like, and I don't know why we're all together because we're all introverts, and so we're like we just had to de-stress. We're like, I'm gonna go to my room and just sit on my phone. Like that's what we all wanted to do. Like we need to be away.
We need to be away. We need to pull away. But it's important that you realize that it's like maybe some people are really good at pretending they're really confident, and we were talking about how nursing school is just 4 years of being told you're wrong.
Yes.
And it's really can feel really negative when you're being told you're wrong so often. It is very, very humbling. It's very, very difficult. But we've all felt like that, and I think everybody in your nursing class probably does feel like that, but it's not something you really open up and talk to about super easily, especially people you just met and you're going through this major life experience with. So we just want to relate with you that we identify with that, and it was really hard for us, but you'll get through it. And if you have the right attitude, if you are consistently humble and hungry, and if a situation went poorly, you're able to learn from it and become a better nurse from it, and just continue to make progress. And yeah, you're gonna have bad days and you're gonna have good days, but you know, it's just the important thing is to continually be humble and hungry, and that never stops. It's not like there's this one day you graduate school and you figure it out all of a sudden. You're constantly learning your entire career. Like I was just telling them the last time I worked, like I made mistakes that I actually had to like call my assistant manager, like, "Hey, I missed something I really should not have missed. I just want to let you know before you find out from someone else that's what," you know. And it's like, I've been a nurse 6 years, and I still, like, I'm not perfect. None of us are. We're gonna mess stuff up, but it's all in how you handle that and how you make it better.
If you continue to struggle with confidence, hopefully this helps you a little bit, you know, and hopefully just, I think if you dig back into a lot of our episodes, I feel like there's a general theme in almost everything we talk about here, and it's just, you know, mental health. Just get right with yourself and be okay with yourself. But if you continue to struggle, open your podcast app, whether you have Android or iPhone, whatever it is, and just type in Carol Dweck, Dweck, and listen to a podcast episode by her. She's a Stanford psychologist who wrote a book called Mindset, and what it does, it really makes you realize that you might, if you don't feel like a confident person, you might be a fixed mindset type of person that thinks that confidence, everything is fixed. Like you can't become more confident, you can't become smarter, you can't become better. Where you need to get yourself to thinking, you know, I'm not a confident person yet, or I'm not a good student yet. Rather than saying like, I'm not a good student, I just gotta, you know, you're not good at something yet. You can learn how to become better at these things. And that's why we say be humble, which means recognize your weaknesses, recognize them and be honest about those, but be hungry which means you're going to attack those like a freaking tiger. You're going to attack each of those weaknesses and become stronger and better.
And be unapologetic about it.
Yes.
Own that you need to learn something and go after learning it, and don't just say, oh, I'm never going to be good at IVs, or I'm never going to be good at, like, no, I'm not good at it, so I want to get better, and I'm going to own that and be honest about my learning needs and what I need to get better to be a better nurse.
So I want to leave you guys with a little tool that I use often in nursing school. I felt like my confidence would plummet when I didn't know the answer, and I didn't know how to respond to that. My response that I started to come up with, and I still use it to this day, is I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out the answer for you. So, and I would
Do you
dig.
do it as a nurse now?
I do it as a nurse now.
I
If I
do
don't
that
know
as
the
a
answer, I
nurse
say
too.
it. I admit
Yes.
it to my patients. I say, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out for you because I need to know. I want to know. You need to know. This is something we're going to figure out.
And patients know when you're like
pretending.
pretending that you know something, but you don't. Like, people can pick up on that when you're lying to them.
Yep.
So you are enough. I think confidence. I think if you don't feel like a confident person, maybe rework your definition, and realize that you are good at some things, and there's probably situations in your life where you are a very confident person,
Yes.
Absolutely.
and figure out how to apply those to nursing, to school, to everything.
Stay humble and hungry.